So there aren't many days when I ask you this, but today, consider it, folks. You might want to stop rolling your fat doobies tonight. Yay! We're talking aliens. We're talking UFOs. We got Elon Musk up in here as well. Like this video if you enjoy topics like these. Subscribe if you're new. Roll it.
So there was a weird sighting from a SpaceX capsule. And look, I don't want to get all UFO-y on you. Please do, please do. But what is this?
Yeah, uh-oh. Looks to be...
I love this video.
Now in slow motion, this is it.
It looks to be Elon Musk boxer or something, right? Like flying in space. Yeah, probably. That's what he's gonna say, I think.
It's this weird little thing.
It's something. Somebody say it's a bug.
It's a bug.
Yeah, it's not a bug. It's not a bug. So here's the thing. Elon Musk has tried to debunk all of the UFO theories about this and other things. This, by the way, was just in June. This is Elon in the past, basically blowing up any UFO conspiracy theory.
If anyone would know about aliens on Earth, it would probably be me. I've seen no evidence of aliens.
This dude loves
lies or facts. Where are you guys at with it? Like, listen, I'm a believer that we're not alone, but for him to say that is crazy. Because if he knows, you gotta understand that there are probably other people that knows, which I do believe other people know as well. But it's gonna be really hard to shut everyone up that would know information like that. Not impossible, but it would be very hard.
conspiracy theories. So if he's denying it, that gives me pause. Meaning, like, is he hiding it like potentially these presidents like Obama?
He loves money, so is he getting paid to not tell the truth?
I think it's simpler than that. I think Elon is a bit of a know-it-all blowhard, and I don't think he knows as much as he thinks he knows.
I was going to say that just because Elon says it doesn't make it so.
Who does Elon work with?
Government
agencies. The government.
That's the misconception everybody's forgetting. People think of Elon Musk as this private, wealthy citizen. He is running a space program within the framework and regulation of the US government. So if there's anybody who needs to be briefed and is motivated to keep a secret, it's somebody who wants to continue their program running.
And from this point, like, I want to just jump on another argument, because this is a very good point that he just brought up. Like, yeah, it's regulated by the government, right? So if he knows and if he's seen alien stuff, and if the government don't want that stuff out, of course, like, they're gonna control his ass, right? Like, and if you're a believer, well, I guess they're controlling his ass. But
I was about to say the same thing, but you know, to his point when he said, you know, Elon is kind of like a know-it-all, I feel like because he doesn't have enough information, he's not gonna talk crazy about it. However, I do believe that if he is working with government agencies, he has to know something. And if multiple presidents have come out on late night talk shows and they've been like either maybe, or they said, I'm not gonna say it all.
President Clinton told me that if he had seen evidence, he would tell everyone that he'd seen it. Do you feel the same way? No. You don't think we can handle it?
No, I'm afraid. It might spin you into orbit.
Okay, all right.
If we were visited someday, I wouldn't be surprised. I just hope that it's not like Independence Day.
I feel like if the presidents have been briefed, Elon has been briefed too, and he knows something.
I'm not sure our government is going to trust him.
They are trusting him.
They're giving him permission to run his program. Of course they trust him.
He's overtaken NASA.
I personally know that he is interested in the subject. I can't say how I know that, but he has that division that runs these government contracts, right? And if you look at the UAP task force, I believe it was called at the time, the DOD's, investigation into this, they said some of these are picked up by multiple sensors, not just the F-18s that we're chasing them.
That's not our LNS though, is it? It's
we've seen this video like a million times.
We're talking about satellite images, right? Satellites have picked these things up. So if he owns all these other satellites and images, don't you think possibly he's come across the same thing, right? And that maybe he's been encouraged not to talk about it?
Either he knows or he don't, right? Simple as that. If he knows, he's being asked by, not necessarily asked, I mean the government would be like, you need to shut the hell up, Elon, you know, everything that you see floating around in the space, just meme it, right? Just meme it, say it's your boxers, say it's just your sunglasses that floating around, say it's just a car. Yeah, he sent a car in space not long ago, right? But of course there are a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there are still quite a lot of people that do believe that space is not real, space is not real. I want everybody, I want FBI on this one, I want all the internet detectives on this one. We need everybody on this case immediately, man. Really. We need to figure this out.
There's nobody in the world who is allowed to shoot things off into space who does not have their government sniffing up in everything that they're doing, and they're going to keep control on it.
And by the way, maybe they are not telling him what they know. They're just telling him, don't say there are aliens, say they're not.
Yeah, this is not about Elon Musk. I mean, we're all acting like this is like the moon landing and everybody's lying, but there are hundreds, if not thousands of people who would also have to be lying about it. And I've been friends with them, and I'm telling you, they're not good liars. These are not people that can know that stuff. And they have access to the data. So if Elon knows, there's at least 500 people below him who also know.
Damn! Yo, Shadi really did brought a good point. Now, that is true, right? Like, if Elon knows there are people under him, like we were talking about, right? That would know as well, because it's not impossible, but it's gonna be very hard to control everybody and keep this a secret. Because if Elon knows other people that are working around him, under him, they would also know. Some of them at least, right? So you're telling me that all of them are asked to not talk about it? Possible, but it's gonna be very hard to keep them shut up. Not impossible, but very hard. And so far we had nobody from Elon Musk company, from SpaceX coming out talking about the aliens. Maybe they're gonna come out when they're having that deathbed confession. Maybe that's what we're gonna have. But wait for this one, I gotta play you that too, guys. Or maybe,
as the largest launch provider in the world, I think, definitely in America, he is going to know about things because other companies hire him to send their own stuff into space. But the amount of space debris and junk in space, and that wasn't even in space, that was actually below it. That was below the Kármán line.
This particular video, you take case by case. That one, if you look right before, there was some debris zipping by. It's hard to tell if that was stationary because the declination, watch the camera go down.
There is no such thing as stationary in space.
No, relatively. Look, the declination of the camera going down, if that is relative to that staying stationary, it could like it's going up.
Yeah, it is going down.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know what that particular one is.
There's like a lot of stuff moving, and I guess that is space debris. And in the past, we have seen so many videos where you would think that it's a space debris, but all of a sudden it's going up, and it would zigzag. It would zigzag in space. So clearly shows us that it's being intelligently controlled. And I would say those are the real UFO sightings. So yeah, and we have seen NASA shut down their feed as well whenever some stuff like that would go down. So yeah, there's a lot of suspicion. I guess it's safe to say that people are not willing to buy that the sky is green bull squash though.
But you can imagine that all the people that work for him capturing these things are going to bring it to his attention. I believe he's seen other stuff.
Minutes before you see this, the booster separated from Starship itself. So I think it's just debris from the separation. There's only 4 times they've been able to do this, and most of them have been failures, quote unquote, for landing. And they actually stuck this launch when they brought it back into Earth. Literally just minutes before the booster separated. I think it's just small little parts flying off, which is normal.
Okay.
He knows more than the average bear.
Yeah, I also think he likes to be a contrarian.
But if he's a contrarian, he's going to say they're aliens. That's what he's going to do if he's a contrarian. And he is a contrarian, so it's weird that he dismisses it this way, because it doesn't seem to be his personality.
For some reason, a lot of the same people who think there are aliens among us don't think we went to the moon. Which I'm like, think about that for a second.
Yeah, I want to play you this one right now, okay? So, guys, stop rolling your fat doobies. I know, I saw you reaching for one. Like I said in the very beginning, it is very imperative that you stop rolling those fat doobies, okay? But a lot of people also say this jokingly, non-jokingly, however you want to say it, I guess, non-jokingly or jokingly. A lot of people say that Elon Musk himself is an alien. Oh man, I thought Undertaker was coming in tonight though. Yeah, wow, I think he's there. But now, a lot of people do believe that Elon himself is an alien. And if he really is, I guess that's what an alien would say, that we're not here, right? Think about it for a second.
I haven't.
Real to think that this discussion was happening is becoming a reality. I asked you what question would you ask an AGI system once you create it, and you said what's outside the simulation is the question. And good question.
Yeah.
But it seems like with Grok, you started literally the system's goal is to be able to ask such questions, to answer such questions, and to ask such questions.
Where are the aliens?
Where are the aliens?
That's one of the Fermi paradox question. A lot of people have asked me if I've seen any evidence of aliens, and I haven't, which is kind of concerning, because then I think I'd probably prefer to at least have seen some archaeological evidence of aliens. To the best of my knowledge, there is no proof. I'm not aware of any evidence of aliens. If they're out there, they're very subtle. We might just be the only consciousness, at least in the galaxy. And if you look at, say, the history of Earth, if one is to believe the archaeological record, Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. Civilization, as measured from the first writing, is only about 5,000 years old. We have to give some credit there to the ancient Sumerians, who aren't around anymore. I think it was the archaic pre-cuneiform was the first actual symbolic representation, but only about 5,000 years ago. I think that's a good date for when we'd say civilization started.
Okay.
That's 1/1,000,000th of Earth's existence. So civilization has been around, it's really a flash in the pan so far.
Oh damn, it's getting real, huh?
And why did it take so long? For 4.5 billion years?
4.5 billion.
For the vast majority of that time, there was no life, and then there was archaic bacteria for a very long time. And then, you had mitochondria get captured, multicellular life, differentiation into plants and animals, life moving from the oceans to land, mammals, higher brain functions.
Yep.
And the sun is expanding slowly.
Slowly, very slowly, but yes, true.
It will overheat. It will heat the Earth up at some point in the future.
And that is if we are around for I was actually watching a video on it, not entirely sure if how many years it's gonna take, but the guy was roughly it's estimated that in few millions or billion years we're not gonna be around here for sure, right? So a million years, or was it millions or billions, that I'm not sure, but in very long time from now, Earth is naturally gonna be just eaten alive by the sun, right? And that is if we have not, even if you think we're not gonna have World War III or World War IV, even if we're around for another, let's just say, couple of billion years, eventually it's gonna end. And so that, unless we actually go on different planets,
boil the oceans, and Earth will become like Venus, where no life as we know it is impossible. So if we do not become multiplanetary and ultimately go beyond our solar system, annihilation of all life on Earth is a certainty. And it could be as little as, on the galactic timescale, 500 million years. A long time by human standards, but that's only 10% longer than Earth has been around at all.
Crazy.
So if life had taken 10% longer to evolve on Earth, it wouldn't exist at all.
We got a deadline coming up. You better hurry.
Wow.
But that said, as you said, humans, intelligent life on Earth developed a lot of cool stuff very quickly. So
yes.
Especially like what 1900s. I wouldn't even say 1900s. I would say more like after 1950s to now. Stuff has just ramped up like crazy. You know, ever heard of that compounding effect? I would indeed say that and use that terminology right now on this one, on how fast we have developed. I remember like computers, the first computer, it took up like a whole entire room, right? And now we're using and we're having computers in our pockets. Yeah, your phone is a computer as well. It's using CPU in it as well, right? RAM, it got CPU. So it's a literal computer in your pockets. Laptops, right? You got desktop computers, so small, right? Laptops, I mean phones, super small, right? And we have advanced like crazy in the last 100 years, less than 100 years. And of course, a lot of conspiracies are that it was the aliens that actually gave us that crap. Yeah, so there are conspiracies like that. Also, other conspiracies, I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Some of you probably believe in it too, that some aliens the extraterrestrial, they don't come from space, but they are interdimensional beings. Some do believe that. Listen, I'm not sure. I'm just as baffled as you guys. I'm just a guy lost as just like you guys. But some people do believe that they're interdimensional. Some people believe that they have been here, they are hidden. Atlantis is real, they're hollow earth, they're inside the planet, right? They're living underwater. And yeah, there have been some cases indeed caught on videos as well, where a USO, essentially a UFO that would go underwater, unidentified flying object, UFO, UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, and you got USO, unidentified submerged object, underwater submerged object or unidentified submerged object. But you know, UFO underwater, it's called USO. So we have had videos, and recently a study came out as well. It wasn't necessarily a study, but they caught a UFO going 500 knots underwater without disrupting the flow of water, which is just, you know, that's not normal. That's unheard of. That just defies all the laws that we know on planet Earth. It's like, if anything goes underwater and is moving even like just a little bit, it would leave like a trail. For example, if you're on a boat or a jet ski and you're just zooming through, right, you would see a trail. You're gonna leave a trail behind because the motor, right, the motor on the jet ski, the motor is it's like a vacuum. It's bringing in water and just like pushing it out, so you go forward. So you're gonna leave a trail behind, and apparently these seconds in the UFOs, they're not leaving anything behind. They're just zooming through without the water, without disrupting the flow of the water, which is just insane. 500 knots, mind you, is what was recorded. So there's that going around. Harvard study, whether you're gonna believe it or not, says that we're not alone. There, aliens have been here, they're among us. And for like decades right now, like conspiracies have been saying the same. Whistleblowers said that they're already here. They're also, and whistleblowers also said they come from different planets, this and that. Some believe interdimensional beings. I mean, listen, it's all over the place, okay? I do believe we're not alone, but which part is true, man? Which part is true?
It seems like becoming a multiplanetary is almost inevitable, unless we destroy.
We need to do it. I mean, it's not. I mean, I suspect that there, if we are able to go out there and explore other star systems, that there's a good chance we find a whole bunch of long dead one planet civilizations.
Yeah,
that never made it past their home planet.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
very sad. Also fascinating.
I mean, there are various explanations for the Fermi paradox, and one is the sort of, there are these great filters which civilizations don't pass through, and one of those great filters is, do you become a multi-planet civilization or not? And if you don't, it's simply a matter of time before something happens on your planet. You know, either natural or man-made, that causes us to die out, like the dinosaurs. Where are they now?
Yeah,
they didn't have spaceships. So,
I think the more likely thing is, because just empathize with the aliens, that they found us and they're protecting us and letting us be.
I hope so. Even nice aliens,
just like the tribes in the Amazon, the uncontacted tribes were protecting them. That's what.
That would be a nice explanation.
Or you could have like what was it? I think Andre Karpathy said it's like the ants in the Amazon asking, "Where's everybody?"
Well, they do run into a lot of other ants.
That's true.
There are these ant wars.
Sounds like a good TV show.
Yeah, they literally have these big wars between various ants.
Yeah, maybe I'm just dismissing all the different diversity of ants.
You should listen to that Werner Herzog.
Maybe they also need DEI in the ants as well. I'm just joking, man.
Talking about the jungle, it's really hilarious. Have you heard it?
No, I have not.
Awesome.
But Werner Herzog has a way.
You should play it for the, you know, as an interlude in the. Yeah. It's on YouTube. It's awesome.
I love him so much.
Yeah, he's great.
Was he the director of Happy People, Life in the Taiga? I think also.
He did that bear documentary.
The bear documentary.
And did this thing about penguins.
Yeah. the analysis, the psychoanalysis of a penguin.
Yeah, the penguin's like headed for like mountains like that are like 70 miles away, and penguin is just headed for doom, basically.
Well, he had a cynical take. He could be just a brave explorer, and there will be great stories told about him amongst the penguin population for many centuries to come.
He's gonna be a non-penguin though. He's gonna be that penguin that did it all for the civilization, the entire civilization of penguins, man. He's gonna be the penguin king.
What are we talking about? Okay.
Aliens. Stay on topic. Stick to topic.
Aliens. I mean,
aliens.
I don't know. Look, I think the smart move is just, you know, this is the first time in the history of Earth that it's been possible for life to extend beyond Earth. That window is open. Now, it may be open for a long time, or it may be open for a short time.
Define short.
It may be open now and then never open again. So I think the smart move here is to make life multiplanetary while it is possible to do so. We don't want to be one of those lame one-planet civilizations that just dies out.
No, those are lame.
Yeah, lame.
So yeah, 2020. They said 2025 is something that I heard, right? That's when they're gonna begin the mission. I also heard 2027, but another country is gonna attempt to land on Mars. I believe 2025. Either they're gonna land, or I believe that's when they're gonna like launch the spaceship, right? And it's gonna take, I believe, around 6 months, give or take, to reach Mars. And after that, yeah, it's gonna take some time. But I believe I heard this number by 2050 they want 1 million people on Mars by 2050. They would also have to do a lot of Easter eggs there, also bring in a lot of population there as well, and of course, like, those people that are gonna go there, yeah, I guess they're never gonna come back home. So that's what I also heard, right? Like, they're gonna choose people that wanna go there and live permanently there. I guess it's gonna take like 100 years or something, maybe less, hopefully less, where we can actually go to Mars and come back as well, right? Yeah, right. You ever heard of that concept that was recently popularized? But that is amongst the billionaires. It's that just like how there was a couple of billionaires that lost their life when they went down underwater to go see the Titanic wreck. So apparently they were saying that they're gonna be having space hotels, but the cost was gonna be so high. Like, you gotta be a billionaire in order to go there, right? Like, go into the space, just see the space, be like, wow, and come back to planet Earth, right? So yeah, just like how we take tickets to fly on planes, right? I guess eventually they're gonna have something for the space as well. But is that gonna happen in the next 20 years, 50 years, 100 years? I guess nobody knows. Roughly, I guess it's gonna take 100 years, but I guess it's gonna be possible in 20, 50 years, but is it gonna be something that you and I can afford? Or you and I don't have to break bank in order to go, right? Like, it's one of those things. When is it gonna be possible for us to go to different planets? Like, yeah, right? I feel like that's like very, very far away. Let me know your thoughts on this situation, guys. Check out this video on the screen. We've done like a Joe Rogan episode it's been a minute. If you have not seen it, definitely check it out. On the left, we have a lot of these UFO clips, okay? I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. Check out both of these videos and I will see you right there.